Andy, hey, welcome to the call. We're here to get an update from you because so you were on a call before and you gave your psoriasis testimonial and your other things. And so for those who haven't been on this call, they probably don't know what we're talking about. But go ahead and just start from the beginning and tell us your story.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on, by the way. Sorry, I'm just laughing at my photograph. I shouldn't laugh really, but you've nearly got a picture of me knobbly knees, haven't you? My story, I've been a bit of a supplement health maniac for about 15-20 years now. Basically, you'll have to excuse my Yorkshire accent, by the way. But yeah, I've been trying to find something, to help me health-wise for a good 15-20 years. I even bought a wand once. It was a metal wand with one particular company, and that's now in Poland, but that's a long story. I won't go into that. But yeah, that's been my. I've been, like I said, I must have been in 15-20 different companies in that 15-20 years time. But I think I got introduced to Root in August of last year, and I started on the clean slate for a week. I started on 2 or 3 drops, and then I increased it every 2 to 3 days by 1 drop, which this is what Sandy recommended to me to do. And then the second week I went on 0 in, and I took 1 tablet in the morning. I took everything in the morning on an empty stomach because, again, that was the recommendation. And then I'd say roughly 5 to 6 weeks, I noticed. By the way, I'd had my psoriasis about 15 years, on my elbows, on my arms, on my knees, and on my top half of my legs. And roughly 5 to 6 weeks in, I thought, well, what's going on here? I couldn't see a lot of my psoriasis. I didn't realise it had just about gone. My left side of my body, especially. I don't know if you've heard this scenario before, Clayton, but my left side of my body tended to be a lot clearer than my right side of my body, if that makes sense. My knee and my elbow on my left side, it had just about completely gone.
One side first, then we'll get the other one.
Yeah. And on the right hand side, my knee and my elbow, it was maybe 60-65% gone. And to this day, on the left hand side, I still am completely free. The psoriasis was gone. It was unsightly. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as I have seen some, unfortunate people how bad they have had it. But and then again on the right hand side, it has slightly got better. But I remember Mark saying once that it can be very, very resilient. But I do recall you saying, Clayton, that we've got to give it time. If we allow a month usage for every year old we are, that'll mean I'll have to take it for 5 years or more. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be on it for as long as I possibly can. Anyway, it's just a part of my daily activities now. I take my clean slate and I Yeah, someone's just remarked about my shoes. Yeah, I had some better shoes than that. I should have put them on, but never mind. So yeah, that's me, where I am with my psoriasis. But I also had a bit of another issue. I mean, my eyesight, I said to Sandy a week or two ago, I think my eyesight, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's got a little bit better, because I keep getting signs with my glasses as though my glasses are not doing the job they should be doing, which there was, obviously. They were set up for my eyes.
I was just thinking, Andy, that next time you give a testimonial, we're going to see you without your glasses.
Yeah, yeah. But again, that's work in progress, hopefully, and I can update on that, another time. But another challenge I had, I mean, it is a bit embarrassing, but I mean, I can tell the story. I mean, I used to go to the toilet, and I used to stand there and stand there and stand there. I mean, and bearing in mind, I was busting to go, and I used to stand there and stand there, and I could be looking at a minute, more, maybe more sometimes, and then all of a sudden, drip, drip. It were a bit of a. I thought, what's going off here? And bearing in mind, I'd had this situation for probably at least 18 months, and I know I should have maybe gone to doctors, but that's another story with me with doctors. I do recall Clayton some time ago mentioning dead doctors don't lie, and I'd forgot all about it. I forgot all about that series in my life, because it was maybe 15, 20 years ago that. And but I'm terrible with doctors. I won't. It's a little bit like, I heard a story about a dog who was laying on the porch with his master in his rocking chair, if you can imagine it, just picturing it. And this guy used to walk past daily, and this dog used to be whining. Anyway, one particular day, this guy was walking by, and he just happened to say to the dog owner, "What's up with your dog, mate?" He says, "Oh, he's laid on a nail." And the guy says, "Well, why don't you move?" And his owner says, "Well, it's just not quite hurting enough." And that was my scenario with the doctor. Because as I said to Sandy, it must be 20 years since I've been to see a doctor. So I do feel very fortunate that, I've not been in a position where I've basically had to go and see a doctor. I mean, I do keep myself very healthy. I mean, I've got a nickname. They call me Forest Andy. That's my nickname round here, Forest Andy. Because I do a lot of walking, not running like Forrest Gump, but anyway. So that was my situation with when I went to the toilet. Basically, I used to stand there and be waiting and waiting, and then, like I say, after maybe a good minute, it just used to drip, and then. What I found again, it was very similar to what the timing with the psoriasis disappearing. Again, 5 to 6 weeks, I just noticed when I went to the toilet, it started flushing out. Soon as I got to the toilet, it started it were there, were going, and it was a stream. If I don't want to, upset your tummy or anything like that, but it was just flowing. It was just flowing out. And again, this were around about 5, 6 weeks, and obviously, I was up to 10 clean slate in the morning and 10 at night by then. And I did have an accident once when I think I mentioned it, when I tipped the bottle up without knowing it, and it fell in my coffee. Whether that helped it as well, I don't know. But but yeah, that's my story. I mean, I have got a little bit to add to the urinating situation. On one occasion, I got a little bit of pain when I started to wee, and I didn't take any notice of it. But from that period, 5 or 6 weeks, from August and now we're January, obviously, I've had 3 occasions where I've got a little, nothing bad, but a little pain when I start weeing. And each time it's gone. After a day, after maybe 2 or 3 days, it's gone. And I just wondered if you've ever come across anything like that, Clayton.
Well, you're hitting on subjects that most guys don't want to talk about, which I think is really, really crucial. How with one from a flow standpoint, but what we're looking at and what we're really talking about is prostate health. And do you find yourself sleeping through the night now? You don't have to get up at night to go to the bathroom?
I very rarely get up to go to the bathroom, Clayton. Maybe once in a blue moon, maybe. Yeah. No, I don't. And that was something that I did get up in the. I did get up in the night before this all changed.
So it's the fun part of figuring out how, just as we hit on, how your body responds to the process and the areas that are of most importance. And no, it's awesome. And so I appreciate it.